Hello, everybody. It is that time of the season once again. We are going to be doing power rankings, this time starting off with Splash Zone. Now, these are curated from a list of a couple people, some people on the content team, some people not, but a couple of them are here with me today. Say hello, Vaughn.
What's up, guys? It's me, Vaughn, the chipless champ, and I'm back to yap about how strong these teams are, or how strong these teams are not. Cards, I'm happy to be here.
W-Mans, as well as Panda, aka Nick.
Thank you very much for having me. I hope that nobody is offended by what I say, despite me going to be probably unintentionally roasting everyone. Apologies in advance.
Now keep in mind that Nick is a King's Court rookie, so he's just
New
kind of getting
player.
his first steps into Pokemon. So whatever he says is probably misinformed at best and downright wrong at worst. So don't. No, +1 for me.
That is the
So
truth.
just
I
don't-
cannot wait to play in the Capchungus League. I'm so excited.
Nice, man.
All right.
Real nice. Well, let's just jump right into it. As was previously said, don't read too much into these. If you believe in your team, that's awesome. Good on you. But someone has to be
Unless
last.
you're this team.
Wow, okay. Someone has to be last, unfortunately, and that appears to be, across the board, the Pacifilog Poliwraths. +1.
+1.
No, I mean, this team,
One. Illaquim.
there's some good points here, I feel like. No? It's got some strong...
Right.
I like the
Bro,
Weavile.
you listed him 16th. How about you just open up gunslinging and we'll redeem him after?
Okay.
Just take the mask off.
I think
Come
this
on, man.
I
Give it
think
to
this team has some pretty bad mons on it. I don't like Weavile that much. I don't like Prim. I don't like Ogerpon Grass Guy. I don't think Chandelure solo Terra Captain is very great. I don't think Skarm is very good. It just has a bunch of guys that I don't really think are the highest quality mons in the world. What about you guys?
Nick, you hear this guy? He's so toxic.
Nice,
I'm
dude. He's
sorry,
just
I'm sorry.
So mean.
Crazy.
Here,
man.
here's your
All right.
ready. Here's how
Yeah.
a King's
Yes.
Court rookie does it. Ready?
Yeah.
You know, while this is not my favorite team, there are some upsides that can generally be found. For example, there's a nice defensive core between the physical defensive prowess of Great Tusk being able to check a lot of the physically offensive threats in the metagame, while also Slowking Galar being able to check a lot of the specially offensive threats in the metagame. Plus, with the fact that Chilly Reception boosts your Ice type's defense, that combos well into the fast but frail Weavile with the slow and pokey Slowking Galar. Those three together make a really potent offensive core. Unfortunately, after that, we proceeded to draft a bunch of Pokemon that were either really slow or not very strong. And so it creates for a core where you're going to have a lot of Pokemon that are not able to tank a lot of very strong moves, and they're going to be underspeeding a lot of those strong Pokemon. The general ballpark range you expect is something around the 90 to 100 speed range for a lot of your offensive threats. And right now, I can see the entire team is slower than that, except for Galvantula, Ogerpon, and Weavile. Additionally, Galvantula is, while being able to be able to set up the webs for your team, you won't really be able to take advantage of it well, because a lot of the good spinners, namely the ground and water ones, are going to be able to spin in front of Chandelure, because if Chandelure threatens to swap in, you can just hit it for a super effective attack and kill it afterwards. What are your thoughts, Vaughn?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway.
W analysis.
Okay. In my humble opinion, I always like giving suggestions in free agency, and he said it nicer, where I think every mon past this is a little crazy to say. I think every mon past Slowking Galar is a fraud, except for I like Chandelure. I think we're paying too many points for Ogerpon Grass in our board. I'd really like to see some more threats that take advantage of what our team is bringing. For example, I don't know, just having like a nice offensive threat to complement some checks. I'd really be a fan of maybe potentially looking at like a ground immunity mon, maybe a Latios or a Thundurus, like something that gives +1, something that +2. Damn it! Something that gives your team, something
You
that
made
gives
this, by
your
the way.
team a little more. I know, something that gives your team a little more firepower. That isn't. When I look at the bottom of your team, I see Galvantula, Rampardos, and then some other fellas. I don't mind Prim. though I know some other people on the desk aren't a huge fan, but I think she's fun to use, so I don't really take that away. And I also think that you need a fairy type or a bulky water, and she kind of provides one of each while not the greatest in either role. So I think there's upsides to the team, but it feels pretty easily exploitable, and if your Great Tusk can't do God's work offensively, this team feels kind of dead in the water. So we'll see how it pans out. And I think that,
Yeah.
unless Cards, you have anything you want to add, but
No, I
obviously you
think
hate
that's
this team's guts. So.
Wow. I mean, someone has to be last, man. But regardless, I feel like you put a nice little bow on that, so we can move on to our number 15 slot, that being the Big Appletons. Another familiar face to the league, but
Oh,
yes.
perfect. Wait, Nick's got a 16 here. Nick,
Yeah, this is your
With,
your
like,
16.
Take us away.
with
Take
this
half
away,
of
man.
yapping, talk about why you hate this team. That's the
Okay,
rule.
and the worst
16.
part is I am a huge sand believer, but only when you can Terra Drill. So, in the most like traditional formats, you can Terra all the way up to like the same tier at +1, the same tier of other Mons. So like in this league, we would use 21 as the cap. You'd be able to Terra up to 21-point Mons, without sort of the memes of Gumshoos being 17. Like without regarding that, the cap is 10 points on Terra here. It's just mono Mons that are either like Gen 6 superstars or like Gen 7 wash-ups.
+1.
Like I don't really know how else to put it. Like I know there is and +1 there. I know there is an Ogrepon on my screen, but you've just got mono Mons that lose to Earthquake and Stone Edge. It's pretty bad, in my opinion. And if this is my team, or if I'm fighting this team, I think there is going to be a pretty easy time exploiting the fact that these Mons are generally not the strongest and are not able to break through a lot of the typical defensive Mons. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say past that. It's just not strong.
Yeah,
This team's just not strong.
I just don't think that Drill is going to be able to get through everything that it needs to do on this team, because the burden on it is super, super high here, in my opinion. But in defense of the team a little bit, I do think it is supported fairly well with that Zapdos Ogrepon 1-2 combo. For what it's worth, I just don't think the core idea of the team can go very high against well-constructed teams.
Yes. I think I'll just combine both those points where it feels like I look at a lot of Mons in this team and I go, oh wow, these are all great like round 3-ish fellas. Now where's the superstar? And there's no... It feels like, where are my ball knowers? Feels like that one Atlanta Hawks team in like 2016 or something, where all of them got on the all-star team and then they immediately lost in playoffs, like +1. I think round 2 they got swept, because round 1 they limped to the finish versus the 8th seed or something. So this just feels like the Atlanta Hawks, where you have a lot of guys that you like to have on a team. That doesn't count as +1. You'd like to have all these Pokemon on a team, but it feels like there's nothing that's making the team drive to a championship on some Atlanta Hawks lore. So I'm not exactly sure where I would go with this. It has a lot of pieces I like. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Terra Mismagius. I'm a huge believer of that Mon. And the top 3 are all great pieces, but I don't really know how far those pieces can go on their own. So I don't have a lot of faith in the roster at this time, but I think it can take games. I don't think it's like unusable +1. So that's all I got on that one.
All right, fair enough. So with that,
Well
we
said.
can move on to number 14, that being Triple Tactics Typhlosion. This is, I will say, a fairly reminiscent roster of a lot of things that Holmesy has run in the past. A lot of familiar faces to him.
Yeah.
Iron Bundle, Tiglu,
The
Heatran.
All-Star Squad.
The All-Star Squad is here. Unfortunately, the All-Star Squad of Holmesy teams might be one of the slowest teams I've ever seen in my entire life. But there are some good things here. Blaziken and, not Delibird, Iron Bundle.
Delibird, Super
Yeah.
Robot
Great for
Delibird.
Super Robo Delibird are pretty good speed control. There are good Mons here. I think Tinglu and Sinistral is an excellent combo. You have a good ground immunity, which you really need on this team with Heatran and all these ground weaks like Blaziken. in the form of Uxie and Weezing. And, I mean, for low tier Terra, I feel like these are two pretty decent Terras. If you're dipping into like the 4-3 point range like that. But, I mean, like I said before, this team is really slow, but I think it has the tools to potentially get away with that. I don't know what you guys think.
Okay.
All right. You want to go
I
first,
mean-
Nick, or me? Or do you want to like tag team it?
Let me go
Oh.
first because there's a crazy sunset outside. I'm gonna take a photo and I'll send it to you guys after I'm
This
done.
is
and I'll be
big.
able to-
This is
like,
big.
30 seconds to go out and grab it.
Okay.
Okay.
Priorities.
Yeah. It's important. Okay. I will say this. I really actually think the concept of this team that I was going for is kind of cool. I think the idea of having just all of your support Pokemon either fuck over grounds or waters when you have Ting Lu, Blaziken, Heatran in your top 4 is a really cool idea. And Iron Bundle as well to help fuck over both of those. I think that's a really cool concept. The issue I have is I feel like we have no Pokemon here that break through someone's team. I understand that Heatran with Magnastorm can sort of trap it in. Then again, a lot of Mons get ground coverage, so you have to be a little concerned there. And I think you're going to have an issue breaking through Mons. Cleaning Mons, you have two of the best cleaners in the format in Iron Bundle and Blaziken, respectively, at just cleaning. I can't see us breaking through a lot of those defensive cores to get in a position to get Bundle and Blaziken to win the game, which is why I thought the team was sort of on the low end, but I like the concept that's here.
I agree. Once again, exactly what I would say. But jokes aside, one thing that I really would like from this team is more firepower out of its lower point Mons. A big question mark I had was in draft, we went R1 Tinglu, R2 Bundle, and then R3 Weezing Galar, and I just didn't follow the logic at all. It felt like a really big missed opportunity to put a big piece that tied those three together in a nice way, and it just feels like it fell into the ground. And then between Avalugg, Heatran, Sinistcha, Chestnut, all these other picks, we're in a bunch of group speed tiers that feel like if I'm against this team, I just have any flying guy just clicking buttons or swapping on the Heatran with a Volt Switch, a U-turn, etc. And it feels really hard for this team to gain momentum. While the defensive pieces are really strong, it feels like the team is over-indexing on those defenses with a bundle that's going to try to have an impact in the back. I think there's going to be a lot of weeks where sometimes the defensive core will just win because you have a Ting Lu with a solid spin blocker and really tanky fellas and a Mesper with some good utility. So again, it just feels like it can win games, and sometimes you just need a free turn with Blaziken, and he can start moving. But I don't know how the point situation would work, but maybe having... I feel like we have enough... We have a lot of guys that cover ground. I would really love if we could go back in time and change out our Weezing Galar and mix around some of our points so we could have something that could just come in and click big buttons and make progress for our team. So that's not present on this roster, which I think it's lacking at this time. I'd like to see if maybe in the future it could get that. I know there's a lot of lower tier Mons that can fill that role nicely, so I don't think it's out of the woods just yet. But for now, I have this team pretty low on my list, Cardinals 29.
Yeah, one other problem I have with this team is that, like both of you have said, there's really no breaking power at all. So in order to get to those end games, you're gonna have to depend on those hazards from stuff like Ting Lu and Heatran. But this team really has almost no knockoffs. It's just one, or maybe two. Does Chestnut get it? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So 2.
Yeah, he does.
And they're both on some of our lower tier Pokemon. It just feels like it's really susceptible to just throwing on boots on a defensive Mon and going all the way home. It feels super hard for this team to break. But like you said, especially with Mons like Blaziken, Mons like Bundle, it's definitely possible to steal some games. And there is some solid ideas here. So let's just move on to number 13, Pallet Town Mafia. This team is sporting some pretty bulky guys, a lot of pivots.
Just open up.
Okay.
Guns blazing. Guns blazing.
Our Terras are Cleavor in Fortress. Our Terras are Cleavor in
Okay.
Fortress, and I just don't get it, man. I'm sorry.
The double bug supremacy. You
That
wouldn't
just
get it.
has to be the worst.
Bug Trainer Barry hating on the bugs. What's up with that, man?
I'm sorry. You know I love the bugs. That cannot be our Terra captains. I'm sorry. I just can't see the vision with that one. All right, that is my main problem
right.
with this.
Let me put you on game. Yeah,
All
the
right.
Terra captains suck, but you know who doesn't suck?
Yes.
Tornadus, MF, Arian.
This is very
comboed
true.
With the big Chungus breakers, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Palafin. Okay, I'm not a huge Palafin fan, but whatever. The mod is fine. I know that was Jamark was terrified of letting Palafin in the league for like a year +1, but I think that the team's offensive tools are crazy. He can really make it hurt, and the nice thing also is a lot of times that Torn and oh my gosh, Wave Crash? Palafin. I can remember the name. Strong Wave Crash. Palafin, Torn, and Ursuluna Bloodmoon can also be really tanky, which is something he enjoys.
Yes.
Paired with potential Trick Room shenanigans from the hat, and Magic Bounce is also really nice. And then I'm just a huge fan of all the roll compression that the little Quillfishes have. So I like that. I like all that stuff. Now, obviously, I'm not a big fan of Fortress, and I really despise Regieleki.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with having a classy choice band, choice scarf, sash, lead, Cleavor.
This is
You're gonna
true.
Terra
This
put
is
the
true.
fries in the bag.
Terra
He's
Rock
gonna die
is
like
some
a beast.
crazy breaking power. All right.
He's
And
gonna
you get
die like a
box.
beast, and then you send in your little Palafin or your Tornadus, and you force a swap, and life moves on. So I think the team is fine. I think if it didn't have the glue that the Torn brings, I think this is the worst team. If Torn was not on this team, it would be so much harder to work if you replace Torn with half of the higher tier mons. So that's where I'm at emotionally and intellectually with Jamark's team.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
mean,
think,
I
Nick?
really appreciate that insight.
so
Thanks,
wise.
Nick.
The emotional insight.
He's so wise.
You're welcome.
How's the sunset, man? I see the picture.
Dude, look at it. Look, there's a photo sending. There's one in the chat. There's one more sending. I'll send it in ping. Remind anyone watching this. Remind me. Ping me. I will send you.
I'll
the
edit
sunset.
it in.
This
I'll
shit
edit it in.
Is electric.
W viewer
perfect.
engagement.
God bless.
All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you
Okay,
squint your eyes,
I think this team.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will say
go
if you
for it.
squint your eye,
Oh, you
I
boss.
like the top four. Then you squint your eyes a little, skip past a couple guys, and go right to Quilly. This team's great. You know. All right.
I will say it's kind of funny to me. This guy's second last when you just said the only complaint you had was the Terra guys, which is just crazy. This team looks pretty solid to me in terms of you can see what it's +1. You can see what it's trying to get done. So you've got solid breakers with Ursaluna and Palafin. You've got good cleaners with Firelight and kind of Palafin, kind of Torn. And you've got good early game mons in Hatterene and Cleavor. Regieleki usually does nothing, will do nothing, except maybe click light screen and reflect an explosion. It will not click an electric move. Fortress is actually usable, so good pickup. And Quillfish is actually usable. I don't like that we have to bring our Quillfish if we want a knockoff resist, and there are 1,300 Pokemon on this team I want to click knockoff into, which is really not good. As well as, I feel like we're also pretty weak to a couple of common stabs, mainly ground. I understand we have a Tornadus, but a lot of the ground types get good, strong rock moves, so I feel like Edgequake is gonna hurt us pretty bad.
W analysis.
All right.
All right. Anyone else have any thoughts, or are you moving on? Because we got 12 more teams to go.
Yeah. Well, we gotta get chugging along. So with that,
Yeah.
we can move
Gotta tell
on
ourselves.
to Boss Archie's Revenge. Little rebrand. Moving on
Hell
from
yeah.
the cooking Yanmas.
Guys, I just realized if we spend 5 minutes on every team on average, this video is going to be almost an hour and a half long.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm
Hell yeah.
16th. I hate this team, and the reason why I hate this team is there's no ground type. I don't care about anything else. You have no ground type, so I ranked you 16th on pure principle. Nick, you're at 15. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This team is just bad. It's no ground type. Our resists for other very common stuff is just terrible. We have no ghost resist as well, which you're a Spectre team and you have no ghost resist might be the biggest crime known to humanity. We got the Hariyama Iron Hands. Like, I like the idea of big bro, little bro.
Brothers!
We got a bunch of mons that don't support them very well.
But look
So
at their
they're just here
hands.
doing nothing.
They got some
So, like,
big hands, though.
yeah, +1.
Wow.
Alright,
Ill-equipped.
cards?
Yeah, fair enough. I kind of like the last team. My biggest issue is the Terra Captains. If we want
Whoa!
to
Whoa!
use the most.
Hold on.
Okay. Yes.
Wait, hold on. W
Waiting.
Obama. Wait, I'm actually standing up for Obama here.
Okay.
I like Obama.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Obama's actually good here. Can we kill?
I like
Can we kill the
Obama.
Rillaboom though? Can we kill that guy? That guy needs to get off the team.
I hate that Mon in draft. It has to be one of those overrated Mons of all time.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate that Mon so
not very
much.
good.
God, I
It's
hate
so
it.
I
useless.
just don't feel good if
Like,
we
what
want
is
to
a ground
use
type
the most
or
broken
anything?
mechanic in the game.
Imagine.
We have
the
to bring
world.
Hariyama or Obama Snow every week.
Yo,
That just doesn't
low-key,
sit right with me.
Would you hate it if the Rillaboom was like an Azumarill? Would that be awful? Be honest.
No ground type. Get us the ground type.
No ground
Yeah,
type,
but
no
I-
ghost
What I'm
resist.
saying is we would replace like, oh my god, plus 5,000. But the ground types are so homeless. They're all cheap.
They're all
or
pretty
it's like
bad.
Swampert.
Swampert is
We
great
could
here.
get John
Swap
Pert.
that Rillaboom into a
I'm not saying
Swampert. That is an
Swampert is bad.
amazing change.
I'm just saying
Okay,
Rillaboom is
okay.
so many more points than the Swamp. Wait, actually, I shouldn't. I don't
Swamp
actually know how many
God?
points Rillaboom is, but
I
how many
assume
points
Swamp
it's more.
Jesus.
okay,
Can we
he's
get Swamp
14.
Jesus?
Yeah, can
And
we
a
get
Dark
Swamp
Resist- and a
God?
Ghost Resist.
Wait, I'm down. Put in the Swamp God for Rillaboom, and then you have a bunch of extra points, and he won't drop. He's not gonna drop Hariyama, but he could drop Hariyama for something really good. And then his team instantly jumps up 10,000 spots.
All right.
If you make the Sableye a Ghost Resist, like this team is just so much better as well. And you do the Swamp God change. But all
There you have it. Draft Swamp God. Your season is saved. Now, number 11, we have a newcomer to the league, Arkham City Delibirds.
Another rookie. random.
another rookie, just like Nick.
Hey man,
So
don't
so
get too nervous,
true.
little pup. You're in the big pond now.
Yeah, there are some people who rated this pretty low, but I get why, because there's like some for fun drafting, right? Like round 3 Jolteon, round 4 PZ, similar things. But I will say the state this team ended up in is pretty solid. I think you have pretty strong offensive synergy with Urshifu Rapid and that Hearthflame, and very very good removal between Treads and Mandibuzz. I feel like you're always going to be able to get off hazards if you really want them to shine +1. So I feel like this team is solid. I don't know what you guys think about it. Assumingly also pretty solid for the most. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think if I'm playing this team, I need to bring my physically bulky guys if I want to survive the onslaught of Bax, Caliber, Urshifu, Ogerpon, Hearthflame. He's got one of the best spinners and just mons in the format and treads. And I always have loved, since the one season I played with it, Mandibuzz, Annihilate, Smother. I love that Pokemon. I've loved it so much ever since the first time I ever picked it, even though it breaks my personal code of not drafting ugly Pokemon. I love that Mon. And I also love Jolteon. I love using Terra Jolteon. It has a lot of fun pieces to use. And one thing I think is important for this team is the roll compression that Mew gave it when it got picked up later in the draft. Because it had a lot of big fellas and it needed some anything. It needs some more pizzazz, and Mew slots it in nicely where it's the classic where you got to open the box and figure out what it is. And I think that adds some unpredictability for the team and some options in the builder that are really important to support the big, punchy Chungus guys that are going to break your team in half. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, agree with that. A12, that we +1 We will be out here getting farmed by the good fellows of the Capichungus League. I know that this is the kind of team that you run where you just draft a bunch of bonds that you want to use, and it does not matter what other people think of them. Every single team of yours looks the exact same, including this one, which is after the gimmick, it's just a bunch of mons that are not the best mons in their role, but are still able to do their role. And that's honestly my only issue with this team, is you've just drafted a bunch of mons that are not the best in their role. And the speed. The speed is just... Terra Jolteon is not good enough to be your top speed mon. I don't care that it's Terra. I don't care that it's your Jolteon. I don't care that you're probably going to get 13 or 15 or 17 kills with it. It's not good enough to do the job. I'm sorry. But other than that, yeah, this is just a quintessential A12 team. I know you're going to cook up some absolute horseshit every week, and it's going to be fun to watch. And you're going to go 5-3, and then you're going to lose in semis, and that's going to be how your season goes, because that's how every single one of your seasons goes. But,
wow.
Yeah.
There you go, the crystal ball. The prediction is in. And with that, we can jump into our 10th slot. Straight circuit it. A team very near and dear to someone in this call. Why don't you kick us off here? You know? You would know that. You would know this.
Just
team
from the
best.
logo, starting with the logo.
Yeah.
We gotta represent. You know. So we gotta first get the greatest mod of all time, Meowscarada. Don't at me.
True.
Then we had to get the GOAT. We got Mr. President here to take down some fellow individuals. We already got the hit list and everything. We're ready to take on the Gumshoes Gambit. No, but seriously, this team's pretty ass. I don't know why I drafted this. I don't know why I ranked it third. Yeah, it's pretty dog shit.
Is this the least unbiased ranking in the world? You decide. I mean,
Okay. Cards, what do we think? I know you're a big Cinderace guy.
I am a big Cinderace guy.
like
With
that mod.
Corviknight, you have the removal to just send it in with the choice band and click the funny buttons every time with no hazards up. And life is so good. We do have strong breaking power between Cinderace and Glastrier, which I like. Good rope compression with Jirachi and Big Quilly. Our ground type's Clodsire, so that's that, I suppose. And
good.
we have the best mon in
Right.
the format, except for Dragonbolt. He doesn't count.
Quillfish.
He's cheating. Yeah, Quillfish.
Amen. Question of the day, channel knowers that were awake from 1:21 a.m. to 1:26 a.m. know how I feel
Never
about
forget.
Quillfish. That mod is a beast. Bubblegum Pop was a demon in playoffs. He deserved a chip. Never forget what BO3 took away from him. He's the GOAT. So he was 2 points. And also Terra Glastrier, I think, is the sexiest mon of all time. That mon, you can lead it every week, and it doesn't matter what the other person does. You can just click a big button twice, and it's going to kill probably 1.5 guys every time. Super awesome. However, against this team, I don't care how good or bad it is, because when I play it, I'm going to click Sun moves on it, and it'll
So wise,
explode.
man.
So it doesn't really matter. Also, if Corviknight is put under any pressure, ground type fellas are gonna eat this team for
This
breakfast.
might be true. This might be true.
It's gonna be a straight.
Okay, wait.
massacre.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. Corviknight, slow U-turn, Terra normal Gumshoes, stakeout, no switch-ins. GG.
Yeah.
I will say Gumshoes is gonna have more kills than half the league.
Gumshoes is gonna go
being broad enough.
stupid.
I know I don't have any normal resists, so I'm gonna die to it. So, but yeah, I think this team is. It at least has all of the types and roles filled that I like to see on a team, which is why it's not last. But it's also paying 17 points for Gumshoes. So,
You know, give and
yeah,
take.
That's all
Give
I
and
got
take.
about
Who's
that.
to
So
say, really?
let's just move.
Yeah,
move
let's
on,
just get
man.
this Gumshoes off
Get
my
this
screen,
my
please.
face.
Wow. I'm sorry. It had to be said. But number 9,
Weekapult.
we have Weekapult, the one and only Weekapult drafter, coming in onto the Distortion World Disciples. I do like Urshifu Single Strike. That's the guy, right? Urshifu Single
I
Strike.
never know.
He's a good way to pressure in dark types, which is fantastic for both our Dragapult and our Moltres. Again, Urshifu also great at pressuring fairy types with your big ass button. So great news for both of those guys as well, and I do feel like that gives it some pretty solid offensive synergy. And this team does play fast. It has good pieces like Klefki. It has Vaporeon, the best mon of all time. Terra Vaporeon.
Cards. Why is it the best one of all time?
I don't like. I can't drop the. I gotta drop the Vaporeon bit. Like, this mon is not good. This guy needs to go. This guy is not good. I'm sorry. But what are your thoughts on this team? All right.
Goes that to me?
That's a good question.
Up to
Oh,
anyone.
no, that was the Nick.
I'm lobbing it up in the air.
My bad. I went Goomy mode. Watching a TikTok. My bad. That was
That's
on me.
fucking crazy.
I show Speed Race Mr.
Nice,
Beast.
man. Nice. My
Fucking crazy.
co-host
Sorry,
is
sorry,
brain
I'll
rot
just say,
scrolling.
I'm gonna click Earthquake on this team so hard, and the only guy that's resisting Earthquake meaningfully is Moltres, and then you're gonna tear
This
your
is true.
Moltres anyway, and then I'm gonna click Earthquake on your whole team again, and Cryogonal does not count. I use that mod if
Have
it's awful.
we considered Cryagonal? I
Right.
can't even. I can't even
Strongest.
say it. I can't.
And that's about all I have to say about that team. Weak Pull has it ever made playoffs in the top division? Even before the
Jeremy
top
has
division
made
happened?
playoffs with it.
Like 5
You,
seasons
Jeremy.
ago?
Yeah. W Jeremy.
Okay, yeah, 5 seasons. So Dragon Ball is looking to end its 5-season drought of missing.
Oh, wait, no,
playoffs.
no, no,
So
last
I'm
season,
excited
last
to
season.
see-
I fear nobody made playoffs with it. Boom.
No, I said top division.
In the top division. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. My fault. I'll be honest, I don't know much about last season. Okay, W. Dragon Bolt's looking to continue its legendary comeback. making
We
playoffs
love
again.
Dragapult.
Weak-
He's so
Weak
weak.
Bolt,
He's so
Bolt.
weak.
All right, Nick, you can take over from here after my shitpost.
No worries. W shitpost. The biggest concern is we're tearing out of our flying type, and do not even begin to tell me that Cryogonal is a ground answer. I don't even want to start with that.
He's a beast.
So you're tearing out of your ground resist, and so you just do not have a usable ground resist on the rest of your team. You don't like not even a resist. Your resist is a Dawn fan. Let that sink in. Like your resist is a Dawn fan. That's how bad it is. Now, if you want to say the synergies between, you got a Dragapult and a Urshifu, who both don't like fairy types, and then you got Iron Moth, who's good to break into fairy types, and then you get the Moltres, who's going to pressure the fairy types, so you've got 3 guys that all pressure the fairy types, and you've got a really good fairy breaker. Sure, I think we could give this team to an elementary school kid, and they could figure that tech out, so I think you're going to have to do a little bit more creative thinking in the builder than just, here, let me slap my poison move onto my poison type, let me strap my stab moves onto my dragon and my dark and my fighting types, and let me click my buttons, because I think people are going to be good enough to figure out how to counterplay against that. I understand that you got the spikes and the rocks from a couple different guys then supporting the rest of this team. We have no relevant spin blocker, and no Dragapult is not a relevant spin blocker. I don't care. So it just boils down to me as an idea that is poorly executed with a very easily beatable flaw that I think everyone is going to be able to use, and your team strategy is going to struggle into when people are going to put that first layer of counterplay onto it.
Well said. And with that, I believe we can move on to what I believe is our last team in this tier, Rotom's #1 fan. Bit of a more, when I see Rabombi, I see Garchomp, I see Goldango, a bit more hazard focused, but it has some strong physical breakers in the middle there. Playing for sweeps with Haxorus and Zapdos Galar and that Iron Boulder. However, I think this team really, it's like +1. It's fine. It's not doing much for me. I also really don't like that our removal is Serena on a team that presumably isn't super slow, but isn't going to be the fastest team of all time. And I just think that the consistency of this team could suffer as a result of that.
How is our removal Serena relevant to the fact that our team is slow?
Oh, because okay, here's my thought process on that. You're going to be
Okay.
opting into fairly longer games, no?
Okay.
And that means that you're going to be up against hazards a lot. You're going to be switching in, you're going to be switching out a lot, and if you do not want to get eaten up alive by that, you have to bring Serena, who is not a very good Mon, in my opinion.
Got it. I think I understand.
It clicked.
Okay. It did click. It did click. It took me a sec. Okay, wait. No. There's something more egregious on my screen that I have to bring up. How the average ranking is a 10.7 and they're number 8.
You'll
what?
see. You'll see in a second.
Okay.
Also, I will shout out this is the
I'll trust.
closest ranking. If Cards wasn't a generational hater and was a reasonable guy, we all would have been within 1 point of one another, like 10 and 11.
Generational hater.
So
Generational hater,
all together,
yeah.
I think this team is awesome. I wouldn't change a thing.
And
And
you put it
I
11?
think as it exists right
Perfect,
now,
huh?
they should play their week 1 match exactly like this
Oh.
lineup looks.
Oh, I
They
think
should make a single
I
change
think
to
we've
it,
discovered.
and they should go into their week 1 match with this exact roster of 9 Pokemon, and we should just all agree on that.
I think I see an ulterior motive for me.
Someone
here,
is at my
Cardinals.
door. You guys talk about the next team for 30 seconds or something.
Okay,
I
W.
got you.
All right, we got you, bro. All right, guys, it's me.
Oh, hell yeah.
29. I'm gonna make my words go a little longer than I normally would because I'm recording a video.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, it's okay. I can say that because I've been friends with them longer than any of us have known each other. So, okay, this
True.
team goes up. If you're watching the video now, you might look. The average placement went up from 10.7 to 6.7. So it feels like most people felt like the teams really had to jump up in the average ranking past this point. So overall, I always love teams like this because, and you're gonna see, I think I put it 5th. I love a guy with over 120 speed. That's really good. I think this is one of the only rosters that I'm playing right now in this season in any Pokemon draft that I don't have a guy that has over 120 speed and he's a top tier guy, top tier Mon. I think they add so much to the team. It feels like such a relief. It lets you understand and play around their items a lot better because you know either they need to specifically prep for it. In this case, Darkrai, you can expect a lot of choice scarfs for AVs. And that feels really good to know because it lets you plan accordingly to that. Especially also, let's say your Darkrai gets a kill, they send in a guy slower, and if it's not something that isn't going to blanket resist it, you just know, oh, okay, this guy's scarfed. Nice, that just makes my job so much easier. Make sure you get up a hazard or two, all of a sudden, it's light work for you and your kin. So otherwise, other things that I like about the roster, I think that Braviary, Yasui, Terra is one of the most underpointed things on our entire board. It's insane that this is 3 points. Highway Robbery, that we're able to get away with it. And then one of my favorite Mons I've ever used in draft is Ursaluna. That Mon makes me laugh when I play with it. He's so funny to use. And then you top it all off with defensive pieces that I love in Screamtail and Moltres. So it has a lot of Mons that I really like on it, regardless of how cohesive the team is as a whole. It has so many Pokemon I love to use. I've used a ton of these Mons. I've used both Quaquaval and Kyurem, so it has a special place in my heart. So I think the team has a lot of threats, but also has some really frustrating Mons to break through, especially if you're like a physically +1. If you're a physically offensive-based team, trying to break through Screamtail and Moltres can be difficult. Nick, what are you thinking? I just glazed the team, so maybe you want to maybe poke some holes in it a little bit because I just glazed it for the two of us. You know the vibes?
W Turbo Capachungus team. We got fucking the craziest NBA roster here of all time. We got fucking Darkrai at the point guard position. We've got hitters all around. You got 3-point shooters in Kyurem, motherfucking Kyurem, and Ursaluna, motherfucking Fazbear. You've got Okidogi as one of the best Terramons currently in this format. Yes, I looked through the entire list. Yes, it is one of the best in the format. I don't care. Kisuian Braviary at 3 points is disgustingly turbo giga piss cheap. You've got fucking minimum wage workers, but you're paying bottom dollar for them. But they're not actually minimum wage workers. They've got like that sleeper build, you know what I mean? Like they take off their shirt and it's just like full 6-pack abs, ripped arms. That's what this team is. You've got the Moltres. That guy's fucking Jesus Christ incarnate. You've got the Screamtail, who basically checks every single Pokemon in the format and clicks Encore and clicks Disable and then rocks, and then also manages to click Calm Mind and Dazzling Gleam. and 14 other different setup moves, and has every single coverage move in the game, and gets Wish, and gets other utility that you need, like Thunder Wave. Like, it's just so unbelievably piss broken. We've got a good removal mon in the Gay Duck in the top right. That guy is also kind of like, you can click Aqua Step, and it's good. It's got good 2 stats. There's a reason Urshifu Rapid Strike is a good mon, and Quavel is basically just Urshifu Rapid Strike, but you trade some of the initial power that you get for some crazy, unbelievable wombo combo 2-step setup opportunity threats with that Quavel, and then all around you've got the mascot Morpeko in the bottom right to sort of top it off. Was that enough?
Also the logo,
was that too much glazing?
is
or?
fire.
And
there's,
the logo
there's
C.
logo synergy
Logo C.
Yeah,
with Ursaluna
logo
and
diff, logo diff.
Moltres.
Yeah.
And Moltres, by the way, the two
Like,
big
And
logo
Morpeko!
fucking diff, dude.
Do not forget Morpeko.
And Morpeko. Triple logo diff.
Triple logo
yeah,
diff.
I just want to be
You
clear.
got the triple threat.
The one thing Kingscore does so much better, every other draft league has the most boring dog shit teammate. It's always Lace Pokemon. Oh my gosh, guys, the San Diego Sharpedos are here. No. 5 turns in Trick Room 2 Homecoming featuring Ursaluna is the GOAT. Okay, that's sick. We need more of this in our lives. So, all right, Cards. We don't want to hear what you have to say about this team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just shut up and, you know, you guys can do the talking. In fact, why don't you intro this one, you know?
Yeah, I will, because I put it 6 and it's number 6, so it means I'm the smartest. Okay, sorry. I hate some of the Pokemon on this team, but
It's okay, I forgive you.
the team comes together in a nice way. I'm sorry, everyone knows this. I hate every Rotom form. They're good
True.
Pokemon. I just think they're stupid as fuck. They're just household appliances, and I think the gimmick is lame and it's not funny, and I wish they didn't exist. And I also hate Deoxys Defense because he looks stupid. I'm sorry. I hate that Mon too, and I don't like Decidueye because I think that Mon is almost good, but it's not good, so it upsets me more than objectively bad Pokemon where they were never had a chance to be good. So I hate those Mons. Otherwise, I'm a big fan of all the others. Obviously, Tropgos is the GOAT. His stocks have only gone up. And we've got a lot of really nice threading pieces like Salamence and Krook. I'm a big fan of Intim / Moxie fellas, of which they are both. And then, I don't know, we got rocks, we got some nice typing, we got some nice speed tiers, which is something we haven't really been able to say that much. Like, we've got what? Wait, what's Salamence?
100.
90?
100.
100? Yeah, okay. Our speed tiers are aight. We got some nice pivots into our fast guys. Our fast guys can take big hits or dish out big hits. And then we got some utility. I mean, there's parts of it I don't like. Our only fairy type is Whimsicott, and it feels like it's more offensive. And we have a Rotom on the team, like I mentioned. But overall, I don't mind it at all. And I think some of the Mons can cover for each other really nicely. And this feels like a Josh team where it gets really bulky, and you're going to have to punch through a lot of his big Chungus guys as they pivot around you. So it's another classic Josh team. He's coming off of a chip last season, and I think this team, he could do it again. So that's how I'm feeling. Cards, you played against him last season. How do you feel like this team slots into the classic Josh archetype?
Yeah, I mean, you said it really well. It's going to pivot around. It's going to be annoying. Kind of what you were saying before. There's just some individual pieces I don't like. I think Decidueye is easily one of my favorite Terra captains in low Terra power formats. I really don't think he's good at all without Terra. But it's decent enough here as a little low point guy, I guess. There's good synergy, especially between Salamence and Empoleon. I really like that 1-2 combo. And a lot of explosive power between Salamence and Crook and Sneasler. And it has the greatest Pokemon of all time, Terapagos, on it. So it cannot be a bad roster. You know? Yeah. So,
I know.
Terapagos.
Terapagos. Do you have any thoughts on this roster, Nick, before we move on to our top 5?
Oh, Nick. You got a 4. W.
Terapagos.
Terapagos.
Sneasler. Salamence. Empoleon. Crocodile. Rotom Heat. Deoxys. Defense. Decidueye. Whimsicott. Delibird.
And
Explorer's Guild.
there you have it.
Wow.
Maybe the most hard-hitting analysis this channel has ever seen. So with that, we can move on to Magic Guard in our number 5 slot. Slightly overinflated by that that number 2 ranking, but you
Wow,
know,
Davin
but
really
Davin
meat riding, eh?
really
He's
loves
a big
this.
fan of this squad.
Yeah, I mean, wow, we will take that. Sheesh. But
Just tell us how much you PayPal'd him, dude.
I cannot disclose that.
All right, Cards. Let's hear the defense of your team, and then Nick and I will blame you or something.
Okay. Well, I think that my offensive core is super good. I got Annihilate at super cheap, and also probably a little later in the draft than I thought he realistically should have gone. I think, for what it's worth, my roster is not very good into dark types.
Hey, that's not what we asked.
Okay,
Hey,
okay, I'm sorry.
That's what we're gonna say.
Only Blazing. We get to hate.
Okay. My speed tiers are pretty solid, I think. Pretty relatively fast team, good layering, and it has a lot of guys who can pick up the slack for other guys in the roster when it's good for the other guy. So like if I really want to run offensive Dio, I can run hazards on Ogrepon or Annihilate or Gliscor or vice versa for all the other guys in my top 4, which I always really like in a roster because it means I can just go balls to the walls with literally anyone and not feel like my roles are compressed at all. And I like Iron Crown. He's cool. There you go.
All right,
How about it?
Nick, I got a
putting
couple
wood on the
questions for
walls?
you. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions for you. Wade to LeBron. Nick, question number 1. Who's our grounded poison on this team?
Scuntag!
All right, question number 2. Who's our ghost resist on a team with the Oxus Speed Annihilate Iron Crown?
Pick number 9, motherfucking gun.
I think you're missing a very valuable member of this roster if you're talking ghost resists.
Right.
Yeah, who?
John Boliva?
Because I see 8
Hello?
mons on my screen. I see 8 mons on my screen.
Are we
Sorry, 9 if you include the Clefairy in the top right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, we changed to doubles, and then Cards Clefairy becomes Giga Value.
Yep,
Really?
friend guard.
Dude,
All right.
I've hella
Written in with
friends
the
on
name
this
team
team,
on the
bro.
top.
I don't
Now
know
this
what you're
team,
on
this
about.
team is
well.
fine. The offensive core is fine. It's just carried by Skuntank. You have 14 million things that
Carried
Skuntank
by
wants to do, and it
Skuntank.
can't do any of them in a game.
Bro,
Also,
Aftermath
you're-
is gonna
you're
make
like-
so much progress.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's like this guy. It's gonna maybe poison one thing, and maybe we'll click Sucker Punch, do 13%, and then Aftermath. So you're doing
foul play
38%,
toxic, man.
and
Foul
you
play,
got,
foul play
like, a toxic
toxic.
off.
And I
That-
absorbed
that's about it.
T-spikes. That's pretty good, right? Come on.
Yeah, and then also we're like an offensive team, and we have 2 defensive, slow, useless, piss, bum, idiot
Dude,
Terramons.
how is it
So,
my fault
if
that...
we had
Oh my god. How is it my fault that the
Yeah?
poison type I wanted got sniped 30 seconds before I was typing the transaction
Yo,
for it? And
Hawk, just pick
Okay,
him
that
up.
is-
Put the fries in
okay,
the
fine,
bag.
that
fine.
is hilarious.
do
That
not
is-
be
that is
surprised
valid as fuck.
if Mr. Muck makes an appearance.
Yeah, and then also
Alright.
get a better ghost resist. Actually,
All I will
believe it.
say
Alright, whatever.
is I actually think these top 6 should win you a lot of games, just as top 6 on its own. But if people figure out, if people can manage
won't.
to figure out that you have 3 mons that
They
you are
won't.
going
They
to be
won't.
bringing every week in your top 6 that are weak to both Ghost, and you've got a lot of mons in your team that don't like those little pesky little toxic spikes, then you're fine. But if they figure that out, you might not be fine.
Oh, that is an interesting theory that, I'm just not sure holds true. In fact, it's so stupid you would even say that we have to move on and stop talking about this.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
terrible
Yeah.
thing to say.
I think so, buddy. But,
Wow. I like how also my 4 is yellow, but A's 4 is green. Like he likes it just a
Oh,
little more than me.
that might
He
be...
does.
Like
your
that.
4 is supposed to be... that might be...
A's
user
4 is
error.
special.
Yeah, it's because
Hey,
he just...
another classic
little
where
song.
I really threaded the needle on the community ranking on the floor. Blammo, I'm the
Wow.
best.
Bullseye. What can he say? He doesn't miss.
Yeah.
But with this team, we have...
Cards,
I miss.
what about your thoughts on this team?
I mean, it's rain. It's rain,
Cancel.
man. Like, what else could I possibly say about it? It's going to kill people fast. It has the best Terra Captain of all time, Floatzel, for like 2 points. They give you points for drafting Terra Floatzel, and it also blows people's
That's
brains out
crazy.
week in, week out. It's dropping 50 a week. it's dropping 50 a week, and they give you points for
50.
dropping it. 50.
Holy fuck.
And I like the Lando, actually. I feel like a lot of Rain teams in the past in this league have gone for more defensive slots where that Lando would go. And this team is full mask off, which is what Rain should be. Just gonna kill you. You know?
True. I mean, I don't have anything to add.
It's Rain, man. It's Rain.
Yeah.
Personally, I think you could have just said logo or a diff and called it there. but
True.
True. Based off of
This logo is
based off of
fucking
maybe
fire.
the best logo ever, maybe the logo of the server we're talking in right now. So
Wow.
W.
This logo is so fucking fire. Like like it's so cool, man.
Well, from the
Like
makers,
yeah.
from the makers of It's Just Rain, we present
Whoa.
It's Sun.
It's Sun.
It's Sun.
Wow, Nick, you hate me, bro. What's
Yeah,
up with
wow.
that?
Only a 5? Just say you hate him, man. Just say you
Bro,
hate him.
and this is literally, this guy was like, bro, you need to play Sun this season, and then he ranked me 5. All good. He hates my guts.
It's true.
Yo, it's
Not
because I have
the-
Sandy Shocks on the team, be honest. This mod is so terrible.
Nah, the reason I put you at 5, dead ass, is because you can't Terra the Wake or the Hitsune Elegant. Like if you could Terra those guys, this team would be obviously
I know.
so much better. But the fact we cannot Terra those guys, like it's just wilted rose emoji, man.
Wow.
Wilted
Wilted
man.
Rose
Logan is
emoticon.
Sui deserves better. And she's gonna have it this season. She's gonna have it, alright? She's about to go crazy
You're gonna
style.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Do not give it to Lilligan, man.
Bro, what? No, she's doing it to everyone, bro. Lil Gay is about to
Oh,
go 6-1 on
oh,
the
she's
league.
giving it out. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, she's about to crush King Sports.
Bro,
I'm close.
Lilligant
All right.
Hisui is gonna miss the first triple axel, die, and send out Roaring Moon to click his 50th knockoff.
Bro, do you have
Alright.
the big C? That's not even. I don't even need that move. I don't even
Alright,
need that move.
my bad,
Hello?
my
This
bad.
one's a beast.
You're right,
Yo,
you're right, you're right.
talk to me when you draft 3 dragon types and 3 chlorophyll mons and
I-
skillfully click your big buttons.
I have never done such. Alright.
Hey,
Who's
you
ever
got
that.
drafted 3 chlorophyll grass types before?
I have
Unfortunately,
great
I'd fall-
news. Someone else in this league has, in fact, done that before. Actually, 2 people, I
Genius.
think, have done
No,
that.
but like-
That's freaking crazy.
But like, tell me when you're in the builder, you're not pissing your pants at those 3 chlorophyll mons.
You are.
I'm
That's the thing.
I'm
Like, you
doing
are.
something.
Everything on this
You're
team
laughing-
can do 100% damage to your entire roster.
No, that's
You
actually
have 7 mods that just insta-kill everything, and then you have Torkoal to set the rocks and remove the hazards, and you have Cresselia to beat literally every single mod in the
Beat the
format,
rocks.
except the dark types.
You
Except,
dog.
who cares about the fucking dark types? You have a Roaring Moon, and you have a Hisui Lilligant. So, like, you don't care about dark types.
Okay, wait. Last thing
Tell me-
before we move on. Over under 5.5 spins from Torque.
Oh, under. It's not even close. Under. Are you
Alright.
kidding me? Eat the rocks.
Over.
The rocks.
What?
There you have it.
Greedy.
Big fan. Big believer.
Big believer in
We gotta
in
eat the
big
rocks.
Torque.
Alright, move on. This team's
Move
boring
on.
as hell to talk about.
Two.
Okay, Beast.
Boss Meryl, Beast
Davis.
Meryl.
Davis. I mean, I'll be honest. I feel insulted by Davis's ranking because I built the team.
I think
Can I
this is
just be
pretty clearly the #1 team. It's also very reminiscent of a team you have ran in the past to great success.
This is just my old team with a better ground
Except
type.
it has
That's
and,
literally
and it has Petrund on
It
it,
is.
which is an
yeah, a
amazing
better ground
Pokemon.
type and a better ghost type. It's and a worse flying type. That's it. That's the team and a better spinner. It's literally just my team from 2 seasons ago, but probably better, I would say, on paper. So, and that team went hard. It dropped like 2 games all season.
It did.
So.
It did. I am inclined
This
to
team's
agree
beast.
on that one. Petrun is just a fantastic piece here, and Iron Valiant and Samurai Hisui just work so well together. It's like they were designed in a lab to be a big 1-2 combo.
And Samurai won last season.
And Samurai won last season. We're gonna go back to back, and pretty good odds from the way that we've all been ranking it, except for Davis. Maybe you don't have to talk about that, you know.
It's all
No.
good. There's 5 teams better than this one, I think. The Terra captains are sick. The speed tiers are actually really good for the most
D tiers
part.
are pretty solid. Yeah.
You have a weirdly plus Vermilion. You have a weirdly good 1-point Mon and Rotom Frost. This team had 1 point left over, and you can just pick up Rotom Frost before it had Bummy or Choreo and whatever. I don't remember. It was so bad. And then you've got Metagross, who is potential man. I've slowly started to figure out, but hey, he's here with Steel, and then that's the Thunderous with Prankster, right?
No, that is the one with Voltos.
Oh. Oh.
You want to change your ranking?
Man.
I mean, it's fine. Okay, am I a little disappointed? Yes. Wait. Hold on.
Holding?
Wait, is that the good one or the bad? Wait, one of them I really like. I don't remember.
This
I'll
is
be
the
honest,
one
I
that
don't remember
nasty
which one.
plots and agilities and rips focus blasts.
Is this the one that I played with cards? I don't remember.
No, this
how-
is not the
how
one
to-
you played.
Okay, this is the low point one.
I think it might be higher. I'm not quite sure on that.
Okay, I'm gonna smoke on it because I feel really silly the fact that I can't think of this. It's the Okay, it's not the Prankster Defiant one.
No, it is
No.
not.
Okay, I don't like this mon as much as that one.
Okay.
I thought the Prankster Defiant one was so much fun to use.
That guy is a beast.
But it's fine. It's a fine mon. Okay, any other thoughts? Nick, do you have anything you want to say or nah?
Good team. I hate Samurott, but I think most of the mons here are good mons for the prices they were at. I think they work well together. I think if you don't troll your build every week, then you should be fine. I think this is a low floor, high skill ceiling team, but from everything I've seen in the Capuchungus League, there's nothing but skillful players in this league, so I have
Bruce
no
Nuke.
concerns that you'll be able to put it together.
Noticing. All right. Hey, man. Hey,
Man.
knowers know what King's Court did to 88 goals. They put the Huns to shame.
So true. Maybe the truest thing of all time. And with that, we can move
Ransacked.
on to number
Vikings.
1. Give it up for the one and the only.
Speaking of 88 goals.
Hell yeah.
Step slow,
W-Mans.
W-Mans.
What are you doing?
Wow. The only one to rate this lower than 4 is himself. That is.
We
kinda
love a
horrible.
humble king.
We love-
W
we
Humble
love-
King,
we
yup.
love a
We
humble
love a
king.
humble king.
We love a humble king.
Holy.
Yeah. I mean,
this team is just actually good.
this team is good. It's got the regenerator defensive core. It's got, I mean, the top 4 are just, they're top 5. They're just really sick, no? How do you stop these guys? You don't. That's the thing. He got a million Ice Week guys, and then he was like, fine, I'll draft 2 of the best ice resists you could ask for. I do hate Pheasantipity though. Amon got me feeling bad about my life, myself, because I hate it so much.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
maybe you
it
should
feels like a
not.
really important role in the team.
It does.
Even though I
Yeah.
don't like using it, it's so important. It actually ties the team together so nicely. I feel like if he did not have this mon, it would actually be really difficult sometimes to piece together like a fully complete profile.
No, and
But
that's
there's
the
gonna
thing.
be a lot of weeks.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that makes me like it even less.
Yeah. I think this team is so chill that you can just run every week. You can brain off Greninja, Lando T, Dragonite, Alomomola, one or both of Caesar or Fez, and then one or both of your other Terra captains every single week. And that can be, you don't have to think about it. I think that's the beauty of the roster, and it's really good. And the fact that even if you know that's what's going to be run, doesn't like particularly matter +1. It doesn't really matter if you know it's coming or not, because it's going to frag out on you, and then you're going to work your tush off to break the Lando, and it's going to get one wish pass, and you're going to hate your life, and then Dragonite comes at the end and sends his regards. And also he has 2 regenerator mons, which I know it's Mien Shout, blah, 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 but it's just frustrating enough where it comes in, oh, it fakes you out, it breaks a guy, then you send in a Revenger, you turns out to Lomomola, and you hate yourself. So this team looks really frustrating to deal with. The speed tiers are great, the typing is really good, it's solid hazards. No spin blocker, which I always like. I love a classy ghost type in the big 25, but it's negligible at this point. So those are my thoughts. W team.
Illaquim.
Illaquim.
Illaquim. All right, there you
We've
have
done
it.
it.
We've done it. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have good luck in the next season. And have a great day.
If you fight me, I hope you have bad luck.
Yeah.
That's
Except for
true.
that.
That's true.
Oh.
And also, guys, Sun is so weak.
And
If I
Sun is
beat you,
weak
I'm skillfully piloting it, and then if I beat you, it's really skillful. But if you beat me, you hacked me, and there was nothing I could do. So, GG. That's all I gotta say.
GG.
Cards, anything about your season?
There are no weaknesses in my team. Anything
Oh,
discussed in this
bossing
video
say.
is really hypothetical.
Casper does not exist.
That is true.
He's not.
That is true. All right. Thanks for
All right.
watching.
We're done.
Bye.